Greetings once again, my humble followers, seekers of wisdom, lost souls wandering through the wastelands of misinformation. I, your beloved cyber prophet Dave, am here today to unveil the truth you've all been waiting for. The truth about COVID-19, the pandemic that apparently demanded we shut down the entire world like a paranoid IT guy yanking the plug from the servers because one email had a typo. Yes, folks, it's time to have that conversation. America blew COVID so far out of proportion, I'm surprised we didn't build an ark and start gathering animals 2 by 2. A virus that, let's be honest here, was serious but survivable for the majority of people, led to the most catastrophic overreaction in human history. What did we do? We shut down entire cities, entire economies, entire lives. Lockdowns as far as the eye could see. All because of a virus with a survival rate that for most people looked pretty decent on paper. Don't get me wrong, COVID was real. People got sick, some tragically passed away. But did we need to shut down the world for this? I mean, come on. It's like banning cars because accidents happen. Do we shut down highways every time there's a fender bender? Nope. We keep driving, sometimes right past the accident, rubbernecking as we go. But Dave, you cry, we had to do something. We had to save lives. Sure. But let's look at the cost of that decision, shall we? Let me paint you a picture. Millions of small businesses, poof, gone. People's livelihoods destroyed. Kids locked away from their classrooms, learning on Zoom while their parents tried to figure out why the Wi-Fi was crashing every 5 minutes. We shut down society like a malfunctioning vending machine because, yes, there was a problem. But shutting down society didn't fix the problem. It just created a whole new mess. It's like when you shut off your car because the check engine light comes on. You feel like you're doing something responsible, but in reality, you're stranded on the side of the road, and the engine's still busted. These lockdowns didn't just cause a little inconvenience. They triggered a chain reaction of disaster. Mental health crises skyrocketed. Depression, anxiety, and isolation became the norm. People were too afraid to visit their doctors for anything else, and in some cases, they paid the price for that fear. And let's not forget the economic collapse that left millions jobless. But hey, at least we flattened the curve, right? Oh, and remember the promise? Just 2 weeks to slow the spread. 2 weeks became 2 months. 2 months became a year. And next thing you know, we're living in a bizarre dystopian reality where you can go to Walmart, but not to Grandma's house for Thanksgiving. Logic. Where art thou? But here's the kicker. Shutting down society didn't even stop the virus. It kept spreading. It did what viruses do. You can't lock the world away from biology. It's like trying to hold back the tide with a bucket. COVID was always going to run its course, but instead of adapting and dealing with it like we've done with every other illness in human history, we hit the panic button and burned the village to save it. Now I know what you're thinking, but Dave, we had to protect the vulnerable. Sure, but was this the way to do it? By locking down the healthy and crushing the economy? Did we really need to treat the entire population as if we were all one sneeze away from apocalypse? Look, we could have protected the vulnerable without destroying the future for everyone else. But no, shut it all down. Destroy the economy, wreck the mental health of an entire generation, and pretend like everything will go back to normal when we let you out of your house again. Spoiler alert, it hasn't. The fear was worse than the virus itself. We turned life into a never-ending cycle of sanitizing, distancing, and wondering if you could cough in public without getting side-eyed like a leper. The real virus. Hysteria. We didn't handle this like rational adults. We handled it like terrified children, locking ourselves away from the boogeyman under the bed. Instead of resilience, we embraced fear. Instead of bravery, we embraced lockdowns. And here's the truth, folks. The lockdowns were worse than the disease. So next time a crisis rolls around, let's remember this little episode, okay? Maybe, just maybe, we don't need to burn down the house because there's a spider in the corner. Maybe we take a breath, Use some logic and keep moving forward. And that, my dear followers, is your prophecy for today. Now go forth and remember, don't shut down the world because of a virus. If we shut down cars for accidents, we'd still be walking everywhere. And trust me, after being locked in our homes for months, the last thing we need is more walking. Until next time, my fellow truth seekers, lead them to paradise. Cyber Prophet Dave, out.